What the fuck is that talking about? I don't want to hit the weed. We about to die.
What's your job?
Hey, I'm the water boy. I get everybody water around this joint, man.
Crisis.
What's your job?
Man, I clean sales, hit the floor, niggas smell real good.
Cool. What's your job?
I hit the floors, I hit the cells, make the floors smell real good. Brother, get your ass back to the bunk before you get slapped on.
Non-stress relief.
Okay.
Bro's whole purpose in life has literally been reduced to being a walking, talking, breathing stress reliever. You know what? Compared to that, being a water boy or being a toilet cleaner doesn't sound too bad.
Nigga pads, man. This how they do up in this bitch. This how they do in here. This how they do in this bitch, man.
Bro really talking about this how they do, as if he's not in that room too. What are you doing in there? This is someone's son, father, brother, uncle. They probably got family members on the outside thinking they're some sort of Timmy Tough Knuckle. They're in there doing hard time. Whole time they are doing some hard time, if you know what I mean. They're definitely in there dealing with a lot of hard things. I genuinely don't understand how people can see clips like this and still glamorize street life and pursue it to the point where they're literally getting online and faking a thug gangster lifestyle.
Yo, that's him! That's him! This nigga took off. Oh my god, bro. I'm tight.
You literally cannot make this shit up.
It wasn't no other footsteps, nigga, nobody talking, yelling, screaming, running. Wasn't even nobody with him, nothing. He was just walking down the street, was like, you know what? Before I go in the house, boom, took off running. Somebody, grandma was looking out the window like, what is this boy doing? Somebody walking their dog. What the hell's wrong with him?
Bro, this man is really on his close friend's story acting like he's chasing his ops. These imaginary ops. Talk about faking it for the internet. But you know what? As corny and embarrassing as it is to watch that clip, at least he's not out doing real crimes. Because it's those type of guys who get into the interrogation room and start moving like this.
That is gonna be a snitch, and that won't me matter. Kill me, it don't matter. That is a snitch, and I would die. This is not no joke. You would die. Like, you would die for snitching out here. People die for that.
Life sentences here.
Right, and this is like really just listen.
Times kid all three of them.
I'm so sick and tired of seeing dudes obsessed with this street
What
life, of
in
trying to
the
be thugs, of pretending to be YNs. There are genuinely dudes out here who have a dream life. I mean, they have everything going for themselves, and they'll give that up, they'll forfeit that just because they're pursuing the street life. Athlete from like the age of 12, being able to dunk, going viral, having crowds pack out middle school gyms just to watch you play, playing with people like Bronny James, literally dunking on people who are currently in the NBA, having some of the best NBA players coming to watch you play, people like LeBron James, having enough clout to interact with people like Drake, NBA Youngboy, casually.
Yo, don't play in a game.
What'd you say, bro?
At least 4 at least. Don't play. Don't me like that.
So 11?
To 11,
What
I'm
about
giving
now?
you at least 3 or 4 at least. Come on, bro. Stop.
I give you 3 off of jump shots.
He digging me on 2K right now. Hey, he digging me.
I'm up right now, bro.
Alright.
This dude had a $12 million contract as a teenage high schooler. Had his own
What?
crib, own car, just living a superstar lifestyle. This man was literally getting LeBron James comparisons. And now what does he go do with all these blessings, all this potential? He goes and shoots at someone while pretending to be
It's
some
better
sort of
now?
YN. Dude goes from having the world in his palms to facing 20 years in jail. And now luckily he
What?
was able to beat that case, but that incident
Facing a
literally
dub?
derailed his
That's
whole
crazy.
career. Dude lost so many of his opportunities. And the sole reason for that is because he was trying to act like Timmy Tough Knuckle. He was trying to act like he was too cool for school. He was trying to embody this thug persona. I mean, just listen to some of the stuff he says.
I'm going to prom. I'm going to the gym. What's prom going to do for me?
Oh, that
If
was
you love
him?
music but don't see yourself on
I
stage,
seen that
that's
video.
okay. Every song
But I ain't gonna lie
needs
to you, I
someone
didn't go to
record
prom
it,
either, though.
mix it, and shape how it sounds. That
What's prom gonna do for me? Can we just all admit how performative this is? And I mean, I'm pretty sure LeBron James went to prom, Kobe Bryant went to prom, and if I'm not mistaken, LeBron actually came from some pretty harsh conditions. I genuinely don't see the purpose of trying to act so tough, so macho that you can't even enjoy the simple pleasures that life provides you.
The reason why I didn't go to prom was different. I didn't go to prom because I was broke. My mom didn't have no money to pay for no fucking prom. I basically was paying the rent as a kid, so we didn't have no money to go to prom.
Truly as hard as you're trying to make it seem, you would be excited about any and every opportunity to be able to enjoy yourself. And as y'all saw, no one took that tough guy performance seriously. Guys like Damian Lillard hopped online and told dude to just go to prom. And I think the worst
Just
part
go
about
to
this
prom,
whole
bro.
situation is this man literally manufactured his own struggle. He went from having every opportunity available to him to now struggling to even get on a college basketball roster. Now dude is trying to sell this manufactured sob story like he had it hard or, you know, he really struggled. Dude is trying so hard to make it seem like he has a chip on his shoulder.
I'm watching, you feel me? Ain't none of them like had this taken away from him. Ain't
Brother, nobody took anything from you. Your actions simply had consequences.
none of them had to go sit in front of a judge, worry about going to prison. Like none of them like lost everything they had, you feel me? Been minus in their bank account, still having to go play, still being, you feel like everything just factored into me, bro. Like they ain't never played on ESPN and came home, ate ramen noodles. Like
I've been eating ramen noodles and haven't stopped. Some niggas never got to the ESPN part, so what did you talking about?
I want it like more than me. So
Goofy.
That was really my mindset. Like and then it really just wanted, it really just showed.
He's a
you know?
goofy, man.
Yeah, most people never experience losing everything because they never had anything to begin with. You should be grateful that you even have the opportunity to lose something. And no matter how bad you have it right now, you will always have it better than like 99% of the other college basketball players. Dude really tried to say you never had $0 in your bank account and had to go hoop. Bro, try being in debt. Man's really said you've never had to play on ESPN and then go home and eat ramen noodles. I'm not sure if you know this, but a lot of college students are broke. Even college athletes. Until like recently with the NIL deals, a lot of college athletes were broke. So yes, going home and eating ramen noodles isn't that crazy. And look, my goal with this video isn't to sit here and shit on Mikey Williams. I'm just genuinely tired of this same storyline playing out. This John Morant syndrome, Mikey Williams storyline. We've recently seen this same storyline play out with star student athlete Noah Scurry, aka OTV Joker. This kid was at the top of his school in athletics and academia, but unfortunately he was living a double life where he was beating up people, shooting people, pursuing a rap career where he was dissing ops, just living a lifestyle that comes with heavy consequences. And unfortunately those consequences did come.
Breaking details on the homicide investigation of 17-year-old Noah Scurry. He's the star student athlete gunned down outside his home in front of his mother while getting ready to head to Samuel Fells High School, and that's where our Kelly Rule is live for us tonight. Kelly, what are you learning?
That's sad.
Washiba, police say they are looking for at
tragic.
least 2 people for this homicide, possibly a third,
Right,
and they believe
right.
they do have the vehicle that was used in the crime. But tonight, law enforcement sources are telling me they believe Noah Scurry appeared in a rap video with guns that was posted to social media the day before he was killed. 17-year-old Noah Scurry was shot to death behind his home in front of his mother, who was getting ready to take him to Samuel Fells High School. A screenshot of the video shows a man in a Joker mask, at times appearing to hold a gun. Sources tell Fox 29 they believe that to be Scurry. Scurry's devastated basketball coach says he was a star athlete and recently scored the highest on the SATs in the school community.
The student who was killed was exceptional.
And I can't even begin to fathom the amount of pain his mom must have went through. For your teenage son to be killed right in front of you, that's just so traumatic.
And then to learn that he brought it upon himself. You have to learn that this nigga did some dumb shit that you raised him to never do, and got himself killed in your face. Shit hurts.
Academic and athletic performance, I know she invested a lot into nurturing her son. Now imagine losing him just when that investment was about to pay off and he was gonna go off to college. That's gotta be devastating. And I think the thing that disappoints me the most in these young men who choose to go down this path is that a lot of times they come from good 2-parent households with aunties and uncles and grandparents who care about them and want the best for them. But for some reason, they still choose to pursue the street life. They're enamored by this fake fantasy that street life sells you. Because yes, from the outside looking in, street life can look pretty glamorous. Guys fear and respect you. Women think you're tough, macho, and they adore you. You know, you get this cool air about you, like don't mess with that guy because he's like that. Just being the star athlete isn't enough anymore. Kids are starting to develop this insecurity, this chip on their shoulder where they want to prove that they're tough. And they're willing to do it at any cost, even if that means catching a body in a beef that has nothing to do with them. And this is exactly what happened in the recent case of Sean Gathright.
Out, bro. Let me out.
What the fuck?
Dude went trying to earn his stripes and killed popular rapper Julio Fulio. Now he's going to prison for the rest of his life with no parole. And the sad part is the people who are actually involved in the beef, the people who are actually a part of the altercation, they're in the courtroom not crying, at peace with their decision. Because at the end of the day, they got to get revenge. But Sean Gathright, on the other hand, he was in the courtroom breaking down, realizing that he just threw his whole life away for an issue that had nothing to do with him.
Your godfather or your grandfather, both you and your brother Sean.
Sean Gathright literally came from a two-parent household with parents who worked government jobs, was literally traveling the world from a young age, going to places like Japan, Jamaica, Scotland, Ireland. But outside of all those things, this kid had a family that deeply cared for him. You can literally hear it and see it during the trial as they spoke about his upbringing and then also through the way that his family showed up for him.
I've never been away from Sean. We grew up together. That's my best friend. He's sweet, he's caring. He's always there for me when I needed him. That just caring and supportive and helpful. He loves his nephew.
Ms. Gathright, you have characterized your and your brother Sean's childhood as a good, nice, loving childhood growing up. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that both of you had wonderful, loving, supportive relationships. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah, so what was that next role?
And specifically when talking about male role models, you said that he had a wonderful relationship with his stepdad, Brian.
Yes.
He also had a wonderful godfather.
Dude grew up with a loving, supportive family, was able to travel and enjoy life. On top of that, he had positive male role models in his life. He genuinely had no excuse. We even got people who grew up with Sean Gathright who have no reason to lie, coming forward and saying this about him.
I grew up with Sean Gathright in Oxford, Mississippi. Me and Sean went to Oxford High School. Let me tell you, bruh, Sean wasn't no killer, bruh. I'ma keep that shit 100. Sean was not no killer. We used to sit on this man grandma's house and smoke weed together. Sean wasn't no killer. That's why, like, people who be going around with guns and that be talking about switches and do all this kill, they don't scare me. Nigga, Sean was a everyday regular kid. We would skip school, like hang out, have fun, and he one of the ones that killed Fulio. And I promise you he was smart. The boy was so smart in school. I know justice has to be served. I know justice has to be served. I know. But I wish there really was a different outcome for him. I really wish there was a different outcome for him.
This kid literally had a lovely upbringing. I mean, the kid's family even had him stocking shelves at a church pantry for low-income families. So no, he didn't have a rough upbringing at all. This kid went out of his way to find trouble. He went out of his way to be a follower and click up with these people who had genuine street beef. All this kid had to do was literally accept the privileges that he was handed in life. Dude comes from a caring family. He's 6'3", light-skinned, attractive dude, bro. To this day, if you go see some of the posts about him, there are literally ladies in the comments commenting about how attractive he is. I mean, you literally cannot make this shit up. He pretty too. Heart emojis. Even now, he's reaping the benefits of pretty privilege and colorism because he's not getting treated like the other dark-skinned defendants. People are finding it much easier to empathize and sympathize with Sean Gathright because the way he looks is much more palatable. He doesn't fit into that image they have in their mind. Even though everyone kind of already realizes that the defendants are guilty, unlike with the other dark-skinned defendants, they're much more inquisitive with Sean Gathright. Because of colorism and featureism, you know, his light skin and his handsome face, people are trying to find ways, trying to convince themselves or trying to undermine the role that he had in the murder. And this is all while Sean Gathright was involved in an earlier attempt to kill Julio Fulio in 2023.
Gathright was arrested during a traffic stop in Jacksonville where investigators say officers found a Glock 9mm pistol, a rifle, and 9 spent rifle casings. Detectives say those spent casings matched 2 different shootings before Jones's death, a separate homicide in May in a shooting last October in what investigators say was an attempt to kill Jones then.
So this murder wasn't random. This is something that they had been planning for a long time. It was very intentional.
Watching the sentencing has me curious. How much should someone's upbringing matter once they've taken a life? I've been following the sentencing of the murder case
It doesn't matter at all. Especially if you had a good one.
Late rapper Julio Fulio. I'm not here to debate whether he deserved what happened, but I do find it interesting learning about the differences between the defendants who committed the exact same crime. See a lot of people focusing on Sean, who's the youngest of the group, was 18 at the time the crime was committed. People are saying he looks remorseful, emotional, and honestly, I started feeling bad for him too. But then the prosecution reminded everybody what happened. He said, were you feeling remorseful when you were running back to your car with that AR-15? Was the gun still hot? Was it smoking? Were you remorseful when you took the car to your grandmother's house to clean it out? The same grandmother that came up here and testified for you. Were you remorseful the next night when you went out and partied? Hearing that just snapped me back into reality. Now, co-defendant Davion, tough upbringing, 14 different schools, repeated 2 different grades twice, struggled academically, ADHD, low IQ, 2 completely different lives, same crime, same charges. Prosecution made sure to remind the jury that Sean only wanted to take accountability after conviction.
This dude wasn't lacking in any aspect of life. Dude had dreams and aspirations of pursuing videography and photography, and he was super into gaming. He literally had his whole life ahead of him. But no, he couldn't be the creative kid that comes from a good household. That wasn't enough for him. He needed the validation, the approval, the acceptance of a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of thugs. People who were so far removed from him. And again, the only thing he had to do to avoid all this is just accept his privilege, appreciate it, take advantage of it. Like, do you know how terrifying it was to hear this verdict?
Based on Mr. Gathwright's age, physical abilities, things like that, do you think that the prison would benefit from him in a work capacity if he were sentenced to life without parole?
I say yes, with my experience, not only just in classification, but as former warden and even as a jail administrator. He's someone that's young, he's healthy. In reality, we need that labor, we need that sweat equity, and we will put him out there to work because we do have an aging prison population, jail administration. We have that, so we put these young individuals to work and get some sweat equity out of them since they are young and actually can do the work.
And we talk about life without parole and death row, but for our jurors' education, in Florida, what does a life sentence without parole mean?
A life sentence in the Florida Department of Corrections means from the minute they're brought in, they're assigned an inmate number. He will be assigned an inmate number, and when he dies and leaves in a body bag, he will still have that inmate number. An inmate serving life will never ever get out. There is no parole in the state of Florida, and they're not ever allowed outside the razor wire and the fence of a secure facility.
So the only way that an inmate serving life without parole would leave is when they die by natural causes.
This alone felt like torture. The prison system is gonna use Sean like a slave for the rest of his life, and he's not gonna see any compensation from it. No parole, nothing. And you know, I'm kind of thankful that the guy who let him know his verdict did it in such a cool way, because I'm hoping that it serves as a reality check for all these kids who are in the streets committing crime. You're starting to get to the point where there is no longer this idea of getting away with crime. It's becoming more of a how long before you get caught type. Now sure, if you're some sort of high-level criminal, national threat, you might be able to get away with your crimes. But if we're talking about like day-to-day criminals, you know, local, neighborhood, city level criminals, the odds are just way too stacked against you for you to get away with any crime. If the police truly made it their intention to get you, they're gonna get you. And I think a perfect example of that is this clip.
This is the GPS coordinates on your phone that matches that location. I guess now you know what happens to the body after 2 days. The car you rented, the car in front of the hotel. Then if you want to say that you did not rent the car and have your Turo account before you deleted it, the Shell station right before you went there. It's the hotel room if you notice the bedding's missing. Cord that was left on the bed after you left her, including conversations of you meeting up with her.
On cybersecurity. Throughout this program, you'll gain hands-on practice with detecting and responding to attacks, protecting networks, and writing code to automate tasks.
The Google Cybersecurity Certificate teaches you.
Yeah, it's official. Starting today, I'm gonna make an active effort to never break the law again. I'm talking no jaywalking, no illegal parking, none of that. Because the read she just gave this dude is freaking terrifying. She literally detailed every step of his crime. Like at a certain point in this video, it felt as if she has some sort of telepathy.
Web searches. Can a murder be convicted without a body? How many prostitute murders go unsolved? Why so many sex workers go unsolved? You document a woman found in creek multiple times. What happens if you leave water in a hotel? Burner phone number that don't collaborate with police. Burner phone up from China. If you change your number, will the police know? We do know. Burner phone. Can police track Snapchat? We can. Is 109 pounds, 90 pounds heavy, which is the exact pounds that Tashay Bennett puts on her ads. Missing people. How to delete Turo account. How does Turo track cars? Well, this is exactly how Turo's track cars.
I just know dude's heart was sinking to his ass as she was reading off everything he did, reading off his search history, which he probably turned on incognito mode for, really thinking that that was gonna hide something from the FBI. You know, the trained professionals who actually went to school and have years of experience dealing with criminals. And I haven't even mentioned all the things that police can do with AI and other technologies that are coming out. Like, for example, right now in Tennessee, they're testing out a 24-hour drone surveillance system. So it's only gonna get harder and harder to commit crimes and get away with them.
The major benefit is the time it takes to arrive on scene. It's like 1 minute to 2 minutes. Drones don't have to deal with traffic. They can get to a scene and give you all the information that you need quickly.
3 drones on the precinct roof can respond within a 2-mile radius, getting to certain emergency calls before officers. They provide real-time aerial views for dangerous, fast-moving situations, from active investigations and missing persons to crashes and violent emergencies. Some Madison neighbors say it adds security.
I think it's a great idea. I believe it'll be a quicker response in a lot of situations, and overall, I believe it'll be a success.
Others say recent crime has families seeking solutions.
Sadly, there has been like a couple of shootings over here in the park area where we have to keep our kids away for a little while or go try to find a different park.
But advocates, including the Nashville Community Safety Network, have voiced concerns about privacy and oversight. Metro Police say drones are unarmed, don't use facial recognition, and can't surveil lawful gatherings unless criminal activity is suspected.
Yeah, I know right now it's just a pilot program, but I'm pretty sure in the future these things are going to become more common. Police using high-tech devices for surveillance and crime prevention. And once this becomes a reality, I'm pretty sure we all know which neighborhoods are going to be targeted the most. Which neighborhoods are going to be under 24-hour surveillance. And look, my point in telling you all this is that hopefully there's some young men out there who watch this video and they won't make the same mistakes that some of the guys I mentioned today have. Maybe it's going to be the fear of going to prison. Maybe it's going to be the fear of putting themselves in a situation where they feel like they have to snitch. Maybe it's the fear of losing all their opportunities. Any time you spend in prison is just simply not worth it. And I think what really cemented that in my brain was this clip of this guy losing his brother moments before he got out of prison.
Nelly! Nelly!
We got some bad news for you.
Right. Run him. Somebody just died. I don't. They just gone. Bro. Bro. Bro.
Damn, bro. He got out thinking he about to see his brother and his brother dead. Yeah, bro, fuck all that shit, man. That shit ain't never worth it. What is there to gain from the fool? Feel me? They say it all the time, nigga. They let you know all the time, nigga. The streets don't love nobody back. So, it ain't even no point for real, you feel me? But anyway, you feel me? Holla at me. Get at y'all at the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all be easy now.
I said money, 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 I can't go without money, money, money you don't know about money, money, money I can't see without money, talking money, I ain't coming unless it's money.